Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got the Seattle Supersonics taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Tip-off goes to Seattle. Now let's take a look at the Sonics opening lineup. We've got Mutombo. Payton is out there with Thompson. Then there's Sean Kemp, and it's James in at the 3. And here's DeRozan. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. Misses off the right iron. Payton drives in and finished off by Lebron.
Well, all you have to do is lob it up to James. His timing on these alley-oops, incredible.
And so White will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Sonics on offense. Kemp with it. Picked up by Aldridge. LeBron James on the wing. Back to Kemp. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. And Thompson gets it to go.
The perfect shooting form. Something Thompson's known for. I mean, when he's hitting the open shot, he operates at another level.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. He told me it's always a challenge when you face a team this opportunistic. He said those guys are going to look to take advantage of any weakness. We have to really communicate defensively tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, thanks. We appreciate the report. They're in a tough spot to try to figure out how to slow down those shooters, GA.
Yeah, it's going to take a great defensive effort from all five guys. Should be fascinating to watch.
Yeah, and you really want to set the tone early. You can't allow them to come in and get a rhythm and ride that wave of momentum.
Murray against Payton. Murray, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
And White kicks to Murray. And it's off the back rim, no good.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's White. Lets it go from deep. Klay Thompson grabs the miss.
Well, if you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time, dog.
Payton, good.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
DeRozan against LeBron. From 13, yep, that one goes in there.
And the offensive energy of DeRozan won him that shot. He never stops working the floor, looking for those opportunities.
And the dunk by James.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
I mean, I flat out, I thought they looked overmatched. I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out there. Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? Instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now here is Purtle. A minute 20 left to play in the first. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long. Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Now, here's Lyons. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. Here's Kemp, and he banks in the layup.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Mills, covered by Payton. Mills passes to Lyles. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
And he's good on the second. We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. Payton dishes to Kemp. Pass to Mutombo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
He hits the second from the line. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Mills with it. From the top of the key, he buries it. Lebron outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Seattle. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, guys, what do you think about what we've seen so far from the Supersonics?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Sonics, Payton is out there with Klay Thompson. And it's LeBron James. And it's Mutombo. And it's Kemp in at the 4 spot. Kicks it out to James. Here's Mutombo. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against San Antonio. The Supersonics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the second free throw, good. And the Spurs with possession. A 12-point game. Now the pass to Gay. Over Kemp. No good from Gay.
Does a good job just to get the shot off clean. Even if he can't knock it down, the fadeaway is really his only choice there.
And Aldridge comes over to help. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Wednesday, they'll start out on the road to play the Nuggets in Denver. Then on Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's good, and the Supersonic lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket for Murray.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Gay comes over with a double team. Kemp kicks to Payton. Offensive rebound, Sonics. Here's Mutombo. Drops in the layup for 2. Mutombo's got 6 points.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, and it's inexcusable. An all-too-common basketball one-on-one. When the shot goes up, put a body on someone.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. That's tipped. Kemp passes to Payton. Shot clock at 6. Thompson for 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Passes to Aldridge. With the fadeaway. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Supersonics taking it the other way. Payton with the ball. Picked up by Aldridge. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
White, he's checked in for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And the astonishing athleticism of Gay puts defenders in a bind. He knows how to get under their skin.
First trip to the line for him here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Payton passes to Mutombo. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Aldridge. Here's White. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Thompson finds Payton. James against White. The 10-footer. James, no good. Spurs trail by 11. Fires it up. That's good from Gay on the assist by Aldridge. Gay's got 6 points.
Oh, really? Gay looks so smooth taking that shot. His form simply could not be better.
LeBron passes to Payton. Gay comes over with a double team. Here's Kemp, and it's Gay with the rebound. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Gay. Tries from 10. Yep, it counts. Gay's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint. A real offensive juggernaut.
Pass to Payton. To the wing right side. Aldridge against Mutombo. And it's sent back by Aldridge. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Seattle grabs the miss. Here's Kemp. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's White over James. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on LeBron James. For San Antonio, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second, a nice way to get your offense going.
And finished off by LeBron.
James is just remarkable, showing no remorse when he's attacking the rim.
30 seconds left in the first half of the game. The pass to Purtle. Lyles with it. Passes it to Mills. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 7. Kemp kicks to Payton. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Sonics lead by 6.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here's Mills for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Seattle with a 6-point.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 10 points, 2 assists. And that's going to do it for our halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at James, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Gay and Aldridge are up front. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile 1 block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Payton against Murray. Payton passes to Mutombo. Here's James. Back to Mutombo. 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Aldridge. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They trail by 6. Back to Murray. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. 3 from Gay. Rebounded by Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Payton attacking. Second chance shot. James. Gay with the block.
And Gay has put a ton of work into his defense over the years. Specifically, it's how he times blocking those shots.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Payton dishes to LeBron. He kicks it to Thompson. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. It's White on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Kemp against White. Nobody near Gay. And a miss there on the triple. Sonics leading by 6. Here's Thompson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
He's big enough to cause damage inside. Thomas gets sent to the strike.
The Supersonics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the Spurs with some changes. Pirtle, he's checked in for Aldridge. Johnson comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. DeRozan surveying the D to the inside. And then Gay with the dunk.
And when Gay is nearby, you have to be aware of his vertical. He really rocks the rims on these jams.
Now here's Payton. T right on him. Feeds it to Kemp. Lays it up off the glass. Kemp's got 8 points.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Rudy Gay on the wing. From 15 feet away. Misses off the left iron.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Kept alive. Tries again. Mutombo. And he converts the layup. And now it's a 10-point Sonic lead.
There he is, beasting on the glass, converting the opportunity, trying to put this game away.
So active, so energetic, helping to lead the charge for this team.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. To Mills. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Thompson left side. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Kemp kicks to Thompson. This one for 3. And again, Seattle with the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
But when he's hitting from range on a consistent basis, it makes everything easier offensively.
Pass to Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson against Mutombo. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Johnson.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is, and nowhere near him, that's for sure.
Here's Seattle. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Good D by Johnson.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Mills. That one good for 2. Mills has got 9.
as hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. And the jumper off target to finish the break. Now Payton, 6 points for him. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
And so it's Seattle. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Sonics leading by 13. And on the floor for Seattle here in the 4th. Sean Kemp is out there with Mutombo. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Gary Payton. And it's Lebron in at the small forward position. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Payton passes to Kemp. And it's Kemp slamming it down.
Yeah, once he gets to the rim, it's lights out. Kemp, just too much power and explosiveness.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. The pass to White. Here's Aldridge. Oh!
Nice. And this is the power you like seeing from Aldridge, leaving no room for error with that flush.
Now here's LeBron. Passes it to Thompson. Here's Kemp. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And this is a guy, Sean Kemp, all the talent in the world, could be a perennial double-double machine, just a matter of staying focused.
Rudy Gay's checked in for White. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout. Trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Murray, and the layup is good.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Seattle leading by 12. Outside Kemp. Pass to Mutombo. Back to Kemp. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. Ray, compared to times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and a lot was like going the floor to what we're seeing now. And there seemed to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in essence, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man. And these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the league.
And you think of all the different images in your mind over the years of James attacking the rim.
Spurs trail by 16. Outside, White. Here's Gay. Here's DeRozan. Banked in off the glass.
And that's what they're looking for. They need him to take on a bigger role this game.
Payton against Murray. Out to Thompson. From deep, the long-distance three is buried. And the Sonics lead by 17.
Well, the versatility of Thompson. I mean, you want him to defer to other scorers. He'll do it. You want him to carry the load himself. He can do that too.
Murray dishes to Gay. 2 points. That one goes.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the fourth. Here's James. Second shot opportunity, and Mutombo finishes inside. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Murray with the bounce pass. DeRozan. Good D by James. Seattle leading by 17. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 17. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. 6 to shoot. Bates Diop misses.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Pass to Bates Diop. Here's Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And here's James outside.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Go the other way.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle, here's Supersonics. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And here's Lebron outside, gets the bucket.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on a tear.
So we see the Sonics taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.